All right, welcome everybody. Going to give folks a few moments to join. We'll do a quick introduction and then we'll go ahead and get started with today's AIA-approved webinar. All right, looks like we've got a good amount of folks jumping in already. So thank you everybody for joining us today for Fabricated Metal Entrance Systems. We're going to be learning everything you need to know about grates, grills, rollout mats, and entrance treads. It's presented by the team at Ohio Gratings and Kadee Industries. We've got Craig Anderdon on here today, who's going to be giving today's CEU approved course. Before we jump into that, just going to take care of a few quick housekeeping items and let y'all know some ways to get additional information after today's webinar. So today's webinar is being hosted by Acelab. My name is Bo. I'm with the team at Acelab here. And if you are registered for today's webinar, you've also got a free Acelab account. We'll send over some links to everything that we discuss here so that it's super easy for you to go access these resources after today's webinar. Today, just want to show you what to do if you're interested in connecting with today's presenters or accessing some product information. You can use the search bar at the top, type in the name of any product or any brand, and today we're going to head over to the Kadee Industries page. From here, you can scroll down. You can get in touch with Craig directly by clicking this button. Great way to connect about projects or just general needs for your firm library. Scrolling down here, you can learn some more about the company as well as explore a bunch of their products. You can save these into your account, to your firm library, research folders, or projects so that you can come back to them later. And you can also open up any of these products and access downloads, view some more product information. Scrolling down here, you can see some additional images and learn some more about the company. So this is a great place to come if you're looking to get some more product-specific information or you want to get in touch with today's presenter. Other than that, just a few quick housekeeping items for me. Today's webinar is CEU approved by the AIA. We asked for AIA numbers upon registration. We are also going to be sending a form in the live chat momentarily. In case you're worried that you didn't include your AIA number, you can list it to us over there. Other than that, just want to encourage folks to please use the Q&A to ask any questions throughout today's presentation. We should hopefully have some time to get to those live. If we don't get to your question live, we'll have a record of it and we can follow up with you after today's event. We've also got the chat turned on today. There's going to be some questions throughout today's presentation, so you can feel free to use the chat to chime in with any of your responses to those questions as well. All right, that covers it for me for now. Craig, whenever you're ready, feel free to go ahead and get started.
All right. Hey, thanks everybody for jumping on. Really appreciate you joining us today. And I want to thank Acelab as well. Really grateful that they're able to host this and give me the opportunity to talk to you today about the fabricated metal entrance systems, grates, grills, rollout mats, and entrance systems. So purpose of today's webinar, we're going to learn about the metal grating entrance systems. That'll include grates, grills, rollout mats, and entrance treads, which provide effective solutions to meet safety, access, environmental, and aesthetic requirements in diverse applications. Some of the objectives, after completing this course, you should be able to understand materials that are used to make metal grating entrance systems. You should be able to describe entrance system products available to meet traction, access, environmental, and aesthetic requirements. You should be able to recognize how these systems are used in diverse applications to increase public health, safety, welfare, and then you should be able to specify metal grating entrance systems that meet project requirements and elevate the human experience of those that are interacting with these systems. Okay, so first let's discuss some of the materials involved in fabricated metal entrance systems. Okay, first being stainless steel. This is a material that's used oftentimes in the marketplace, and this is a great product. It actually many of the surface wires are welded in these particular applications. Some are mechanically fastened. There's different ways to fasten the surface wires to the support rods or bearing bars underneath this, but this product provides a really clean product appearance. It can be used in applications other than entrance grills as well, but this can handle heavier rolling loads in entrance systems that require that. So there's also aluminum rollout mats or grids. These are lighter. Aluminum materials, they're typically lighter than stainless steel. They're available in either as bar grating. There's different applications there. And then there's also extruded rails to accept carpet inserts, vinyl inserts, aluminum inserts of that nature. So this can be used in several different applications, but it can also be anodized in different colors as well, different finishes, just to protect the material there as well. And then there's other alloys as well. You can use other architectural alloys in metal entrance systems. This one in particular being bronze grating. This one is made from extruded architectural bronze bars, and this provides a sharp high-end appearance. You can also use in other applications like air grills, as well as the entrance systems. So let's talk about some of the different products. We want to make sure that everybody's aware of these. So we have grates and grills. You got stainless steel grating, you've got aluminum grating, you've got bronze grating, you've got carpet grills, which is kind of a hybrid product where you have the aesthetic of carpet inserts into a stainless steel system or aluminum system. You do have rollout mat systems, which is carpet rollout mats. You have vinyl rollout mats. And then you do have heavier duty options, typically called treads as well. And then you have entrance grid systems. You've got carpet entrance grid, you've got vinyl entrance grid. Again, you can have different inserts in those systems as well. And those are just going to allow you to meet your desired design specification. So entrance system advantages. So the key advantages to these entrance systems in having something other than just a tiled out flooring or a carpet mat that's laid down where you have a contract to maintain the carpets. Some of the advantage of these entrance systems is you minimize dirt, mud, snow from getting into the commercial and public spaces. It's a huge advantage there to have these systems in place. And then you're going to also increase traction safety. So you think about pedestrians coming into a commercial space or a public space or a school, you're going to increase the traction safety in those transition points. I keep going back to thinking about public schools in the Northeast or New York City, when you have situations where patrons, students, staff, they're entering in through the building out of a snowy environment into the tiled floor interior, and there is that transition point. So it does help with increasing the traction safety at those transitions. And then you do have entrance system advantages in the sense that they're available for new construction and for renovation. As people are revising their building layout or building plan or revising their brand, are able to change that up, and they're pretty simple to install. Just an advantage there. It doesn't have to just be with new construction. And then you do have these systems, they're designed for architectural beauty and effectiveness, right? So these look great. They meet all the requirements of ADA compliance, but then they also look great aesthetically, just to provide that first impression for people coming in. So let's talk quickly about stainless steel grating. The stainless steel grating applications and projects that these can be applied to, these can be applied in air grills. These could be applied in entrance grills, as we're talking about today. These can be applied and installed in revolving door systems. They could be involved in swimming pool or splash pad for drainage and trench and water management. These could be applied in tree grates in public spaces, and then these can be incorporated as trench drain grills as well. So some applications of stainless steel mat grating. These are just additional applications as well. You can use them in vertical applications, in ceiling and wall applications. Obviously, you can use them in entrance grills, and then you can use them as light diffusers as well. Here's a look at some of the section views with the stainless steel grating. In this case, there will need to be 1 inch of bearing for this material. It's just something to pay attention to as you're incorporating your design. You want to make sure that you have at least 1 inch of bearing for the material. You could have hidden or visual lockdowns in these applications, and level bed or drainage pit applications as well, depending on the entrance pit and the design in the entranceway. The frame systems can be designed in a variety of ways, such as accessibility for plumb drains, evaporation drainage pits. You can include elements for heating in the vestibule areas, and the stainless steel can be installed and applied in a variety of ways, just depending on that application. So stainless steel comes in a few different alloys. Most typical alloys in the industry that are used in these systems are 304 and 316 stainless steel. Slot openings can be highly customized just depending on the manufacturer and fabricator that you're using. Some common surface bar spacings are 1/8 and 1/4 inch to remain ADA compliant. Typically, you do have a max span recommended in these applications. It does vary based on the product type, but you'll see spans of 36 inches, and that's going to give you a uniform load capacity of 300 pounds and 500 pounds for a 36 and 24 inch span, respectively there. And then there's several different finishes available, including thermal metal spray, which we'll talk about again a little bit later in the presentation. You can have sandblasted finishes, you could have brushed finishes for traction safety solutions. And then from a material depth standpoint, what's typically seen in specifications is 1 1/8 deep material, but there's other depth options as well, just depending on the area that you have designed, which would be 5/8 deep or 3/8 of an inch deep in different applications. Each of them have their own specific loading capabilities, so it's just something that you'll want to pay attention to with your design. Let's talk quickly about aluminum grating. So aluminum grating in applications, this can also be used as air grills, ceiling and wall applications, and vertical applications. These can be used in entrance grills as we're talking about today. They can be used in light diffusers. They can also be used in trench drain grills as well. So a look at the section view. This is similar to the stainless steel, where you're going to need 1 inch of bearing in these cases. There is the opportunity to install this in both a level bed and pit application as well. And these can also be manufactured with hidden and visual lockdowns. And here's a couple examples of those section views. Typical applications there. So some of the technical information regarding aluminum grating. This could be manufactured in a variety of alloys. Some of the typical alloys that you're going to see in the industry are 6063 T6 or 6061 T5, just for a more structural feel. The grills or grating, if it's made out of aluminum, obviously you can anodize those to whatever color that you want to. Typically, extrusion designs and shapes are going to be good to handle and capable of handling a 1,000-pound rolling load as well. And this would be a 350-pound uniform load in these areas as well. So rails and frames can be anodized, as I mentioned, just to meet any particular aesthetic that you might need for that given application. Let's talk quickly about bronze grating. Again, it's another application that's really versatile. It's just another architectural alloy, similar to other alloys that are available. You can use bronze grating in a variety of applications. We do have typical architectural bronze, which is C385 alloy that's used in the industry. Again, this can be used in air grills, entrance grills, and other applications as well. Here again is another section view. Just a couple different applications in pit applications and in level bed applications, just to give a variety of design opportunities there. So this is a typical application of bronze grating for an entrance system with a threaded rod and a lockdown nut. This would require a bit of space there, you can see at the angle frame, just to accommodate that lockdown nut. But again, it does give that consistent gap opening of a 1/4 inch at the surface level. And that's going to allow you to still remain ADA compliant with the aesthetic of the bronze grating. The bronze can also be patinaed, chemically treated as well, which just gives it a great aesthetic to meet or match peripheral materials. Again, some technical information. I mentioned that this particular application that was just shown before, and others as well, typically you're using a C385 alloy. That's just architectural bronze. It's pretty common to be able to find that material. And then the overall depth of this product is 13/16 in this application with a 1/4 inch slot opening. So there are spacers there as well just to hold that particular product at the 1/4-inch surface bar spacing. Again, that allows you to have that ADA compliance, and it also allows you to look aesthetically pleasing in that application as well. As far as the loading capabilities, this one has a uniform load of 300 pounds per square foot and a rolling load of 350 pounds per wheel. It can come with a variety of angle frame or frame designs and alloys as well. Typically, you'd want to be using 316 stainless steel just from a dissimilar metal standpoint. That's going to give you the best bearing and less caustic reaction there. So I want to do a quick review. This is where we'll open up the chat real quick just to be able to answer some of these questions. So what are the benefits of the following materials? I want to start with that question. So you can take to the chat and just provide some answers there. Just looking for some of the benefits of the following materials of stainless steel, aluminum, and bronze materials. Just give people a couple seconds to respond in the chat there. Okay. Perfect. Yep, exactly. So stainless steel, obviously, is a very resilient alloy, okay? It can be used in a variety of applications as well. It's a great product. Aluminum, again, it's a lighter application, but still really durable. In bronze, you have the aesthetic component to that as well, where it's still a great product. It's able to still be ADA compliant, and you're able to chemically patina that. It's another great application as well. So what are, next question, just run into the next question there. What are typical applications for the following products? The stainless steel grating in pit or entrance mat situations, and then the aluminum grating, and then bronze grating. What are typical applications for those products? Again, I'll give people a quick moment to respond into the chat there. Good, I see some answers coming in again. So typical applications of the products, again, stainless steel, you get the pit applications, you have level bed applications, you can use them in trench drains, you could use them in air grills. Similar to the aluminum grating, you can use them in vertical applications, you can use them in entryways, you can use them as light diffusers, and same thing with the bronze grating. You can use them as entranceway grating, but you can also use them as trench covers and air grills as well. So let's move on to another product, the carpet grills. So the carpet grills are a unique product. It's actually a hybrid product between what you saw in the rollout mat systems and what you see in the stainless steel entrance grid systems. So the carpet grills, these are entrance mats. They're going to be level bed applications only. Typically, these aren't spanning any sort of distance, but they can be used in revolving doors, and they can be used independently as entrance grills. So these products, you can see section views here, but these products have a high aesthetic value, and they're really, really effective in combining both of the benefits of the stainless steel aesthetic, but then also the benefits of the carpet strips or other inserts in these applications, just to provide a much better transition into the building and the pedestrian spaces. Here's a section view for the carpet grill systems. Again, these are typically installed in level bed applications only. They're not going to be spanning any sort of distance. But these come in a variety of depths as well. These are going to come in 1 1/8 depth, 5/8 deep, 3/8 deep. Again, the standard sizes that you'd see in other stainless steel entrance mat situations, you're going to see that here with the carpet grills. Again, this is just that hybrid between the two systems. And these products, they can come in, as they're stainless steel, they can come in the 316 or 304 alloy. Those are the common ones that are used. But you can acquire them in whatever alloy you want that's needed there. In this particular case, you've got a uniform load of 300 pounds per square foot. You do have the option for the different inserts there. And then it just comes in different sizes of raw material and applications that you can get as well. So let's talk about rollout mats and entrance grids. A couple different product lines there. We'll talk about the difference between rollout mats and entrance grids. So the different product types here, the rollout carpet mat or rollout vinyl mats, you can have different inserts there. You can have aluminum inserts in those as well. But the rollout mats, again, it's a versatile product. It can be installed in a level bed application, or it can be installed in a surface application where you don't have to have a recessed pit to install them. And then the carpet entrance grid or vinyl entrance grid, it's going to be a little bit deeper product. Typically, again, this is going to be in a level bed, but it has the versatility to be in a pit application as well. And then there's the heavy-duty rollout tread. This is becoming more and more popular. This extrusion type that you're seeing here on the screen, this extrusion shape allows you to have a 1,000-pound rolling load as well, so it can handle heavier duty loads, heavier traffic as you're rolling materials in and out of a space. It's also really versatile in the sense that it can be rolled up and you can clean underneath it really easily. It's another great product where you can have multiple applications of different types of inserts as well. You can have the vinyl inserts, you can have carpet inserts, aluminum. Here's some section views just of rollout mats. And again, I want to highlight one aspect of this. It can be installed in a recess application for a recess pit. You see a lot of 3/8 rollout mats in the industry with different types of inserts, but then it can also be, as you see in that lower section view, it can also be installed in a surface level application as well with ramps up to those, so you don't have to recess your area. This is pretty helpful in a situation where you're doing a rehab on a facility or rehab on a building facade. You don't have to worry about tearing up the entirety of the vestibule to set up recess pits. You can do a surface level application there as well. So this entrance grid, a little bit different style. The section view here shows you that you can have this in a level bed application as well as a pit application. The shape of the extrusion allows you to have this versatility there. Again, you can have the same insert options as the other entrance rollout mats or entrance treads. So you have the variety of options there, from carpet inserts to vinyl inserts to rubber inserts, aluminum with traction safety applications as well. So some of the technical information regarding the rollout mat, the entrance grid, and then the heavy duty tread, you can see some of the differences there, right? So with the rollout mat, your depth is going to be a little bit more shallow from an entrance grid or a heavy duty rollout tread. So that's one advantage of the rollout mat. You're going to have, all of these are typically processed out of aluminum extrusions. So you're going to have the choices of alloy there. You're going to have different loading capabilities based on the product as well, with that heavy duty rollout tread being able to handle that rolling load of 1,000 pounds per wheel. In these particular cases, you're using all aluminum angle frame. Typically in these applications, you could use stainless steel as well. But then again, you have the variety of carpet or vinyl inserts, aluminum inserts as well as another option, recycled rubber inserts. That's also becoming a more popular option as well. In some of the finishes, you do have the option to anodize these. You can powder coat these. Just one thing to note when you're doing that is that the anodizing is a surface chemical treatment. It will wear and fade over time. Same thing with the powder coating. There is the potential that it'll fade and wear off there, especially in an entrance mat situation. So just want to make sure that you're aware of that. So what are the other applications? Just want to explore a few of these, right? So stainless steel applications and air grills. the stainless steel material that we've been showing in this particular application, they're great and really versatile as far as air grill applications. They can be air vent covers in the floor, they can be register covers, but there's a couple different options there for air grill installations. You do have the options for light diffusing as well, right? So it just softens the brightness of the area just a little bit. And some of the light emitted from the ceiling, it just kind of gives a unique aesthetic as well. And then wall applications, right? So the grating can be installed in vertical applications, as you see here as well. This again just provides a unique aesthetic, whether it's at a reception's desk or in this particular case around the perimeter of a window facade. Good versatility in using this product. So here's another application in fountain grating. You know, public splash parks are becoming more and more popular. You know, public spaces, fountains, just statement pieces within the community that's becoming more and more popular. And they can be used as a filter screen or a drench drain just to manage the water, but it also enhances the overall aesthetic of the fountain, right? Typically, we're going to be recommending 316 stainless steel in these situations, so there's no reaction with chemicals in the water. But yeah, another great application here. One other thing to note regarding fountain grating, in this particular case, you can see that the surface wires are trending with the curved linear shape. You can get it in a variety of applications, but some manufacturers have the ability to provide the surface wires in the shape and others do not. So just something to look for there. So a quick review of what we just talked about in products. Just want to talk really quickly and we'll ask another couple questions. We'll open up the chat box again. So first question, what are the advantages of entrance mat systems? Again, just respond really quickly in the chat there. Yep, I see maintenance, cleaning the floors. Yep, good answers. Yep, so these can be customized and designed specific to any application, right? Whatever your client's needs are, these entrance mat systems, they're really versatile and they can meet the needs of your clients there. The next question, we'll open this up in the chat box as well. Just what are the products or what products can be used in drainage pit applications? There were a couple products that were listed that can be used in drainage pit applications. Yep, the grid, the stainless steel. Yep, that's exactly right. So entrance grid, stainless steel, bronze, aluminum, grating. The rollout mat applications, remember, those are just level bed only. Okay, good answers there. And then the last question that we have is, how are the rails in a rollout mat system connected? I don't know if it's something that we specifically touched on, but the rails, I'll just go back to it. The rails in these particular applications, when you're having a rollout mat system, either in the heavy duty treads or in the rollout mat system, there's a couple different options for hinges. You do have the options for aluminum hinges and you do have the option for vinyl hinges. Both have their advantages. My recommendation would be that you go with the vinyl hinges. The vinyl hinges just offer a little bit different aesthetic in the sense that they're not going to bind up. They're still going to last. They'll be flexible. You're still able to roll your mats out and connect them, but it's not going to bind the same way. So just something to be aware of there. Okay, so let's go into some case studies. I just want to highlight a couple projects that have been out there. One being the Newark Liberty Airport. There's plenty of renovations that are still going on there, but Kadee Industries worked on this project and some of the entrance grills that were installed there. And there's been an ongoing work at that airport. These products were shipped in 2022. There's more material that are shipping this year. But in this case, it was a 316 stainless steel entrance grating. It has a really high aesthetic. It looks great in the airport. So if you're ever traveling through there, you should take a look at that. Another application is in New York City Public Schools. I had mentioned New York City Public Schools earlier in the presentation. But again, Kadee Industries has supplied grating to more than 70 New York City public school projects. Architectural firm is Gensler and was involved in part of the design there for New York City. And again, now New York City SCA is involved in some of the construction aspects and governance of design there. But we've been shipping, Kadee Industries has been shipping material since 2007 to these projects. So one more project to highlight here is in Washington, D.C. We shipped this project in 2009, stainless steel entrance grills and air grills. And again, having shipped this back in 2009 to the Constitution Center in Washington, D.C., even today, these systems are going to last for 15 to 20 years, and they still look amazing. The stainless steel entrance grids or stainless steel entrance mats, typically they come in some sort of self-cleaning, as self-polishing as patrons are walking over. It's continuously polishing, so they look great. They look fresh and new if they're maintained well. So we do have the Zulik building. This is over in the Philippines. There's plenty of international opportunities as well for stainless steel systems. Again, in air grill systems, there's plenty of development that's still happening overseas in the Middle East and in Dubai and in other places as well. So just considering them and the designs there as well. So I want to talk a little bit about traction safety. So thermal metal spray, we had talked about this earlier in the presentation, but this thermal metal spray is going to bond to the surface of stainless steel or aluminum materials, okay? It's going to dramatically increase that coefficient of friction to help the product remain ADA compliant as far as a coefficient of friction and slip resistance standpoint. And it's going to add to any entrance system to enhance that traction safety there. Again, the goal of a thermal metal spray is to make sure that the patrons or people walking in and out of a building, they're going to remain safe. That's the ultimate goal. These systems and this traction surface allows you to do that. I just want to launch and watch a quick video to learn a little bit more. Yeah, so quick video there just talking about or showing thermal metal spray and some of the advantages there. It's going to be a great application. Definitely recommend it again in any situation where you're transitioning from some sort of weather situation into a space. Just want to go into a little bit of additional information as well, so you're armed with the right information and resources. So Kadee Industries, we've talked about them a little bit, but at the Kadee Industries website, you do have the opportunity to go to resources and look up more information on all of these products. Okay, typically, again, these entrance grid systems, the rails and the stainless steel systems, these are going to last for about 15 years in application. The tread inserts, one thing I want to note is that you do have the option to replace them. And that's just going to allow you to maintain the aesthetic in the building. It's going to give you the option to keep the entranceway looking fresh. You don't have to replace the whole system. You just replace the insert in those areas. Okay. And then every manufacturer is going to have more information available for installation and maintenance as well for ongoing care. As we just mentioned, you can change out the inserts as they're going, but they should have specifications available there where you're going to be able to gather information from the resource and understand what the maintenance instructions are, what the specifications are for upkeep and maintenance there. So going into a quick summary, okay, there's a couple different options available for entrance systems, and that's going to include grating, grills, rollout mats, and entrance grids. Again, within the grates and grills, you've got options for stainless steel, you've got aluminum grating, you've got bronze grating, you've got carpet grills. In the rollout mat systems, you do have the carpet rollout mats, you've got vinyl rollout mats, and you do have the heavy-duty tread rollout mat option as available as well, just to handle heavier rolling loads. And then the entrance grid systems, you do have the carpet entrance grid, you have vinyl entrance grid, and we're only stating that because of the different inserts that are in there. You do have the option for other inserts as well, including recycled rubber, and you do have the option for aluminum inserts, even with on grip or that traction safety, the thermal metal spray. Okay, so quick summary, just the metal grating systems. These are grates, grills, rollout mats, and entrance treads. They provide effective solutions for safety, access, environmental requirements, and aesthetics in diverse applications. And if you have any additional questions regarding any of the content that you saw today, there's a couple people you can reach out to at Ohio Gratings and Kadee Industries. Kevin Miller at Ohio Gratings, he's a professional engineer. He's our Vice President of Business Development. You can reach out to myself as a General Manager at Kadee Industries, and Jeff Myers as well. He's the Product Sales Engineer at Kadee Industries, and we can answer any questions that you might have. I just want to thank you for taking the time to jump on the call today, learn a little bit more about entrance systems. Also want to thank Acelab and thank Bo for facilitating this. I appreciate your time today, and hopefully you learned something new about it.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Craig. Yeah, we definitely have some time to get to some questions live. So if anybody has any questions, feel free to submit them either to the Q&A or into the chat as well. Another option is you could raise your hand and we can unmute you since we've got some time. If you've got a longer-winded question, something you want to chat through out loud, that could be a great option as well. So we'll hang on for another few moments, see if there are any questions that folks want to talk through today while we've got Craig here for a little while longer. And also while we're here, just want to give everyone a heads up. There are at the top of the chat some helpful links. I'm going to go ahead and repost those now so that they're there for easy access. But we've got the link to the Kadee page on Acelab. You can use that to get in touch with Craig as well as access some more product information. And we've also got a link to the AIA sign-in form. If you did not submit your AIA number upon registration, you can give it to us there. All right. See, I'm going to drop this first link in again. This will be the Kadee page on Acelab. And something else you'll notice as you start to explore the page on Acelab is there's going to be a little live chat in the bottom right corner. If you have any questions, you want to reach out to Acelab's team, you're looking for further information and you want some support, feel free to use that live chat anytime. It's staffed by real people, not bots, so you'll get somebody with an architectural background answering you. All right, awesome. Another quick housekeeping item while we see if there are any questions that come in is there is going to be a quick post-event survey as you're heading out from today's call. Any feedback that you have or additional questions that come up as you're leaving, you can leave those on the post-event survey. We can respond to you over email if you've got a question, and any feedback that you have about today's webinar would be super helpful for us. It looks like we do have a question that came in. Where could we find information on spans for grading?
That's a great question. Information on spans for the grading is typically going to be found on the website. You can also go to NAM as well. NAM would have some recommendations for spanning. But typically each manufacturer or supplier is going to have information on their websites regarding span. And then you'd want to be looking in the 3-part specification that's typically provided at each manufacturer website as well. Great question.
All right, and then it looks like somebody's wondering if they could get a copy of today's slides. Is that something that you would be willing to share?
Yeah, for sure.
All right, great. And I see somebody just posted their AIA number in the chat, so let me link this form again in the chat here. If you can just go ahead and use that form to submit your AIA number, that'll ensure that we can get your credits submitted directly to the AIA. You can also expect a certificate via email as well. All right, looks like a few other folks want copies of the slides too, so thank you for letting us know about that. We
Yep,
can
for
get
sure.
those over to you. All right, awesome. Looks like we might not have any other open questions. So feel free to leave questions on the survey. Use Acelab to get in touch with Craig directly, and we will be happy to answer any questions that come up after today's webinar. Craig, thank you so much for an amazing presentation. Appreciate you spending some time with us today. And yep, looks like more and more people wanting the slides. So it looks like everybody found this super helpful, which is great to see. So thank you so much for spending some time with us. And thank you everyone in the audience for coming out today. Have a good one.